You already know that this chapter was fucking phenomenal. Holy shit. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. So opening up this chapter, we got Rob fucking Lucci, the man himself, appearing for the first time since fucking CP9 arc. Like, that was the last time we saw him, aside from, you know, the cover stories that Oda likes to do in the beginning of a few of his chapters. Aside from that, this is the first time we saw this motherfucker since then. Now, as to what role he could possibly play at this point in One Piece, I really doubt he's gonna be another major threat for Luffy, because I don't see Oda rehashing another villain from the past to be another, like, big obstacle for Luffy and his crew to overcome. Luffy and his crew have definitely come leaps and bounds from where they left Lucci at back in the CP9 arc. Not saying that Lucci hasn't improved since then, but, I mean, Gear 4, that's all I'm saying. Being Oda himself, I'm pretty sure he's doing this to plant inklings as to what he may have in store for Lucci in the near future. Whether that means Lucci joining Luffy's side, like how he did with Bellamy in the Dressrosa arc, by reintroducing Bellamy from Skypiea, or maybe just a little cameo once, you know, the big guns start coming in and the big war is about to happen in One Piece. Speaking of wars, holy shit. Doflamingo basically telling everyone how the Throne Wars are basically starting. Now, I know it sounds pretty cheesy. Throne Wars, Clone Wars. I mean, it just sounds pretty stupid if you think about it. But the meaning behind it is what's really getting me excited. Because finally, even though we all knew about the big players that were left in One Piece, it's nice that Oda is finally recognizing and just telling the fans, like, yo, these are the powerhouses that are still left in the world of One Piece. We still got the 4 emperors, we still got the revolutionary army, we still got the worst pirate generation, the navy, and the list goes on and on. And it finally collabs together to show that, hey, a big war is coming up, and Dressrosa was the start of it. Dressrosa set everything in motion. Now all that's left is for the big players to come into their positions, and oh boy, that battle is gonna be fucking intense. I remember in some interview a little while back, Oda was saying how the last war in One Piece is gonna make Marineford look like child's play. Marineford as child's play. I'm just on that hype train. I don't know how he could top Marineford, but right now Oda's setting stuff up for an awesome fucking fight later on in the story of One Piece. Next up, we have Bartholomeo on the Going Luffy Senpai club ship. I swear, it's moments like these that I really wish, even though it's awesome we have a pirate alliance, I really wish that Bartholomeo just joined the Straw Hat crew, because everything he does is so funny, so lovable. He is just the biggest Straw Hat fan, and in a way it kind of shows like how the fandom views One Piece and the Straw Hats in general. They really like the crew, and they like making stuff that resembles the crew, just like how Bartholomeo's making a ship that is literally the Going Merry, but with Luffy as like the headmast, and it's just so fucking funny. Not only that, we got increased bounties on the Straw Hat crew. Now, the bounties themselves, while I was excited for them at first, once I saw how much they increased, it wasn't really by that much, to be honest. It was like maybe by a few 100 million, maybe 50 million, around there. It wasn't by the big increments we're used to getting, like when Luffy jumped from 30 million to 100 million, then to 300 million, then to 400 million. It was rather pretty small this time, and it makes you wonder if Oda is reaching a cap as to how much he wants the big honchos to be worth. And what that basically means is that we don't know how much any of the big players are worth in the world of One Piece. We don't know what Shanks is worth, although, to be fair, I do believe Oda one time shared the price on Shanks' head. I'm not entirely sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't know any of the other 4 emperors' bounties. We don't know the Revolutionary Army's bounties. It's just there's so much bounties of people that we know are bigger than the Straw Hats, and we don't know what their prices are. So to see Luffy slowly getting to that like peak of like, okay, now it's, you know, kind of leveling out a little bit, it makes you wonder, are we really heading towards, like, you know, Luffy getting to the big ass fights? Like, it's really exciting, and it's good to see Luffy now worth what, 500 million, half a billion berries. Like, it's great. It's all great. But what's even greater than that? Usopp, God Usopp, being worth 200 million berries. That was fucking hilarious. Usopp getting the credibility he deserves, and it's just funny to see he's getting up to those big players like Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. Whoa! Let's take a few steps back. Sanji has been beaten by Usopp, and at first I thought that was just so fucking hilarious. Like, Usopp, God Usopp being Sanji, who is clearly a lot stronger than Usopp, and the jokes would have just honestly ended there, but the chapter ended on a cliffhanger that a lot of us didn't see coming at all. Like, I don't think anyone was expecting this, but Sanji's bounty poster says he is wanted alive. And compared to everyone else, like Luffy's wanted dead or alive, Zoro, Usopp, basically everyone in the Straw Hat crew is wanted dead or alive, meaning you can kill this fucker or bring him in, we don't care, just get rid of him. But Sanji is wanted alive, and that raises a lot of questions, because normally anything that's related with Sanji, like whenever he gets the spotlight, it's normally something stupid or funny involving women, or his code of honor, or just something that's not at all serious. Like, even when Sanji got his first wanted poster, it was of that weird Dorovian guy, Dovian or whoever, that basically was that ugly form of Sanji. Even though it was funny, it did kind of take away, you know, Sanji's epicness a little bit. So Sanji being the only crew member out of the Straw Hats wanted alive, it makes you wonder, like, what does that mean? Does someone in the Navy know Sanji? Do they want him in alive? And even if someone knows Sanji, I mean, Garp knows Luffy, but Luffy still wanted dead or alive. So why is Sanji only wanted alive? Like, it's just so many questions. And the only thing that's serious about Sanji that we've gotten through this whole adventure of One Piece is that he wants to find the All Blue, the sea of like all the fishes and all that shit. But now we're getting another little piece of what may make Sanji a bit more of a key player in the Straw Hat crew. Now I'm hoping Oda is not trolling and he's not making up Sanji to be this gag thing with like, oh, someone in the Navy wants Sanji alive because he's the most handsome of all the Straw Hats and he wants to kiss him and all that. Like, no, I mean, it would be a little bit funny, but right now, leaving on a cliffhanger like that, I'm really hoping that it's something serious, and again, it just adds more to the awesomeness that is Sanji. I'm really glad that the chapter ended on this note. The only sour thing I would have to say about this chapter, you guys already probably know what it is, but the first couple pages after the Rob Lucci epicness, we were still in Dressrosa. Not necessarily the crew in Dressrosa, but we were getting more recaps of Dressrosa. And again, I'm just tired of Dressrosa. I don't care about the we already know what the aftermath is. Everyone's happy, everyone's in peace, everyone's throwing parties. Like, we don't need more panels, more pages of Dressrosa, Oda. I'm sorry, we just don't need it anymore. But it was nice to see at the end of those pages how they start viewing all the gladiators, including Lucy himself, as these heroes of this kingdom. And if anything, if these pages were meant to do anything, it was meant to show how Luffy is going to be viewed by the rest of the world within the coming years. Once this war is over, once he goes off to his many other islands or kingdoms, it's meant to show Luffy's moving up in the world, people are knowing his name, and people are viewing him as a hero from multiple accounts. So if anything, if these pages were meant to do anything, it was to, you know, solidify like, hey, Luffy's moving up, man. He's getting on that hero status. Let's go. But still, it was Dressrosa, and yeah, Just was not a fan of it. But other than that, great chapter of One Piece. An easy 9 out of 10, not being 9.5 or 10 for those reasons I listed previously, but solid 9 out of 10. Great chapter. Read it if you haven't. And yeah, looking forward to next week, chapter 802, wanting to see what else Oda has in store for us. But that's all that I have for this video. If you enjoyed it at all, if you could leave a like down below, I would really greatly appreciate it. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to know what you thought of this chapter of One Piece. If you enjoyed it at all, if you hated the Dressrosa bits, like I did. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you could do so as well, I would love you forever, people. I'm Mr. Ajax, and as always, stay beautiful.